The Bible got two testaments. The word testament is testicle, dealing with the first male coats, the first gods on earth that they even wrote the Bible off of. The gods of the Bible ain't nothing but solar deities. They're nothing but personifications of ancient rulers. And the first male ruler was Menes. And when he came to power, that was the first beginning of the Old Testament, Genesis. I just told you that Genesis started off in the beginning of us coming from darkness to light. You really think the earth just was created 7,000 years ago? No. What happened 7,000 years ago was the beginning of the New World Order and us being ruled over under testaments or under the testicles of the male. It's brotherhoods that rule the world, y'all. The sister fraternities and the sister sororities, they don't have as much power as the brotherhoods. We've been ruled over by male brotherhoods ever since Egyptian times. So this is the God man right here with an erected phallus taking his oath. You had to have an erected phallus, y'all. They want to know that you can get a hard on to a guy. Because if you can't get your thing on hard around all of these men, then they know you ain't gay. And they want to know that you got a little fruitiness in you, that you really down with this shit. Because this whole male secret society cult, when it was originated here, and listen, what you looking at is when civilization started under these male cults. But I can even go back prior to men and show you when we was living in the golden age, how it started back then. Prior to the dynasty, prior to the Egyptian male, the Greek rulers, and this New World Order system we in today, we were the people that was just in sort of a village type state. All around the world, you had villages that was dominated by women. And this was called autonomous villages. Autonomous is another word for saying sovereign. So during this time, there was no one ruling over us but nature. And the reason it was matriarchal because the woman had more knowledge about the seeds and the plants. This was during the time when we was vegetarians or vegans. We was leaving the Garden of Eden. When we left the Garden of Eden during the first Exodus, and there was big concentrations in Africa, people were still vegan for a long time. The eating of meat rose with the rise of male cults. You will see that a lot of big key changes happened with humanity when our diet changed. So when the woman, we depended on women when we was vegans because they held all the knowledge of the plants and the herbs. They was the ones that fed us. That's why in a lot of art you see the woman giving the man an apple or a piece of fruit. To this day, women know more about spices and herbs than men. To this day, you don't even want to eat meat unless you put plants on it to season it. So that shows you we originally was vegans. So what I'm saying is this. There was an evolution that happened, but it wasn't us coming from apes to be humans. We came from vegans to meat-eating societies, all right? And the first male hunters were the first rock stars. Everyone depended on their food through the woman, through plants. We was vegans. The eating of meat was forbidden. That was a rule that you couldn't hunt the animals and eat meat. That was an old world rule. That was a law of nature. Men was the first ones to build hunting cliques and go out hunting the animals, and then we broke that rule of nature. Ever since then, you had the birth of vampire societies, meaning most of our diets is meat-based. This started in Egypt. This started with the Greco-Egyptians. But even prior to that, we was leading up to this way of living. So I'm going back showing y'all the history of vampirism. All of these religions is based on vampirism. You got to give their gods blood to please them. Their gods don't mind you killing the animals and eating them. But that's not the way the world's supposed to be. Man fucked up the pyramid structure on earth. When we hunted the first animals, all the animals started falling behind us and hunting each other. There was a time where the world was just the way that the Garden of Eden said. Everything was vegan, and we was plant-based humans. The first males in these villages to break the laws of nature and hunt the animals, they became famous, they became like celebrities, because what had happened was everyone started getting hooked on eating meat. Meat was like a drug back then. And you was breaking the law when you was hunting and eating the meat. And you had wars that took place between people that wanted to uphold the laws of nature and the old world, and people that was moving us into this new age living of hunting societies that we in today. Gardening societies was ruled by the woman and the plants. Hunting societies are ruled by ego-filled men. And the world power still own all of your meat factories and stuff today.